Hi everybody, good morning on the pink stage. So the first sector that we're going to focus on this morning is going to be hardware, construction and drones. So we'll have in total 5 startups presenting, and we're going to be welcoming Tomasz Nisiak and Tomasz Waldman as our judges for this first track. Hi, good morning Tomasz, how are you?
Good morning everyone, I'm good.
Hi, good morning
Fantastic
Tomasz.
to be with you.
Yeah. Wonderful. So just to make you all aware, we're not actually kicking off with the first startup until 10 o'clock. So we can take this opportunity to introduce you both. So Tomasz Nisiak is the president of the board at Global Ventures, and Tomasz Waldman, forgive me for the pronunciation, but you're the startup and venture manager at Worth. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Super. Good to have you both with us today. So maybe let's start with whereabouts are you? I'm currently sat in Wrocław, southwest Poland. And yourself, Tomasz, are you in Switzerland or?
I'm in Wrocław.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
Yeah, generally speaking, this is my headquarter from the total beginnings. But yes, Global Ventures is truly global, with its second operational headquarter in Zurich, Switzerland. So I would say our focus is not only Poland, Central and Eastern European region, but also DACH region and United States. This is our operations out there.
Okay, and yourself, Tomasz? Are you? I guess you're in Germany somewhere, yeah?
Yes, I'm in Germany. I'm in Berlin. My office is in Berlin, and our headquarter is in the south of Germany. We're looking for tech startups. We want to support them to bring their product fast to market. I'm from the Wirt Electronic Group. It's the biggest part of the Wirt Group. In the group by himself, there are more than 420 companies in, and the Electronic Group is one of the biggest. And so we want to support the start with our products, with our engineers and with our labs to bring the product fast to the market. And maybe some products maybe adapt to our strategy in the company, or we look for cross-selling products in other companies. That's our skill.
Super.
Yes, our focus is on strategic advisory services and providing capital. We are a group of individual investors. We invest on a regular basis. Global Ventures manages Global Ventures Angels, which is the network of individual investors, private equity, venture capital, LPGPs and managers. So we have a network of high net worth individuals, ultra net worth individuals. These are also asset managers. So we provide the capital on different stages of development, from seed startup stage to the stage of expansion and globalization. This is our scope.
Okay, great stuff. So as Elena's just pointed out in the chat, we're going to be welcoming Hyper Poland at 10 o'clock as our first startup of today's session. And then we've got, as I mentioned, another 4 or 5 exciting startups from the sector.
Fantastic. Thomas, it's also nice to meet you. Michael, you can call me Tom. And
okay.
There is another Tom, so...
Yes, you can also
Tom
and Thomas.
Tom and Thomas.
Thomas, you look like you're in Kreuzberg somewhere with that background.
Oh, it's my office in Berlin.
Have you just left Berkheim and come and join the
Yes,
stream?
it looks a little bit so. I can show it. It's my office.
Oh, super.
A graffiti painter who do it for me. It's a very... I like it.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I read a worrying article a few days ago that Berlin's nightlife has taken quite a heavy hit, yeah, because of this crisis.
Yes.
So, you know,
they're waiting to open the first clubs, but I think it would take many time till they do it.
Yeah, I believe
in
so.
the moment.
But I mean, you've got quite a vibrant outdoor scene as well in Berlin, haven't you? So
Yes, that's right.
Sisyphos, the large outdoor.
But something like the Balkan, there is the problem of the ventilation you've seen in the fabrics now, and so I think that's a problem.
Yeah, I believe so. Obviously, as you know, Tom, in Wrocław, we've got a really great, you know, a wide choice of different. They're called beach bars, but in fact, they're just set up on the river, the large river network that we have in Wrocław.
Yeah, exactly. And this is our direction. You know, we also look forward opening of the international flights, right? Because you know, we do businesses on a regular basis via emails, phone calls, etc. But you know, there's nothing better like shaking hands, right? So
yeah,
we
that's
stopped
absolutely.
all our physical events. Zurich is stopped. If we talk about networking in that way, so we are also suffering because of this blocking of physical connections, and this is the greatest sadness that we all have, right? Like this social distance, how they call it, right? We are suffering the most.
Yeah, absolutely. It's you know, it's there's going to be there'll never be a good replacement for an in-person event, in my opinion. I mean, you know, as we can see now, virtual events are hugely efficient, but it's like you pointed out, it's hard to replicate that personal touch, and so I'm just
but we are looking forward to get back to this, and let's see that let's hope that we'll see this very soon.
Yeah, I hope so.
You also plan, physical events, right? Because you do this on a regular basis, actually. So
yeah, we're looking at October to hold our next physical event. Obviously, it will have to fall in line with whatever the guidelines are from the Polish, organisations responsible for the, health and safety elements. But we anticipate that we'll be able to hold maybe a smaller size event, but certainly something. Just coming to your question, Shem. Yeah. I mean, it will be a hybrid for sure. So it actually gives us a chance to have a much wider audience, as well as combine it with a smaller size physical event. So it's really quite exciting for us. Okay, Przemysław Pączek from Hyperloop, you need to request permission to present, as you're going to be starting in 5 minutes. And yes, as Elena has pointed out, you share your screen by just clicking on the monitor symbol at the bottom of the screen, and then you can select the tab, either a Chrome tab or your entire screen.
Michael, first of all, thank you for this opportunity and the invitation.
Yeah, you're welcome.
This meeting.
Absolutely. We've I think that our judges. Sorry, Tom.
Yeah, jointly with Thomas, what also.
Yeah.
A nice profile over there.
Yeah, as well as as well as the startups get a hell of a lot of value from this. I believe our judges also, in this time when it's hard to actually attend events and talk with startups, it's very beneficial for our judging panel as well. Yeah, Przemysław from Hyperloop, we still don't see you as waiting to present, so you need to click share audio and video in the top right hand corner.
Do we have some kind of joint chat of this conversation, or what are the attendees now? Who are the attendees? Do we have some kind of list?
So yeah, we have from the startups we have Hyperion Robotics, Fernando will be presenting. We also have Przemysław from Hyper Poland. We have Virag from Drift Air, Valerie Gorshkov of Vira Drones, and Sebastian Konkol of Spectre Solutions.
Yes, but I mean that there's an audience of this session, or we speak only with the startups?
Yeah, no, we have currently 16 people are watching this stream. And yeah, we have across the event, there's just under 100. So 1 second, guys.
Do we have a chat? Can we join this chat over here? It's an event session.
We can start with,
So on the right-hand side, you have the session and event. And under session, you have so this is the chat that's happening inside this session. But if you go to the event tab, then that's the whole chat across all sessions.
Okay, now I see. Okay, so maybe
Okay, so as Przemysław is having trouble, in 3 minutes we'll kick off with Valerie from Viva Drones, and hopefully Przemysław can work out how to request permission.
So how are you, Thomas? How is it going now in Germany in the investment side?
It's going very good. During the crisis, in the first days, I thought, no, I get no connection to startups, but I got many startups. They called me. I've seen maybe a month before, and in this time they think how to work on their product, and so they asked me for components and for the support of our engineers. And so I found many startups in the healthcare sector. They wanted to develop their product. Many think about masks and things. We do many things in 3D printing with startups together. And yes, it was very interesting.
Okay, guys. So hi, Przemysław. Good to have you with us. Great, thanks for that. So as you're probably aware, you have 3 minutes to pitch, and then you'll have 4 minutes of Q&As from the judges. So if you'd like to share your screen, and then I can kick you off with the timer.
Yeah, that would be great if I could do that. Okay, trying to find it. Okay, screen, got it. Do you see it?
Yep, perfect. Okay, so that's 3 minutes starting now.
Okay, so let's start. Hi everyone, Przemysław Fączek, CEO and co-founder of Hyper Poland, a Warsaw-based startup developing the next generation of high-speed railways, which are based on magnetic levitation, linear motors, and autonomous control systems. And we are the only company globally able to implement the Hyperloop concept in stages as an upgrade to the existing railways industry. We're tackling major problems of the need to cut CO2 emissions from transport. There hasn't been so much innovations in the railway industry, at least since the 1980s when maglevs were introduced, but they haven't become popular because they are not interoperable and they need completely new infrastructure. So the railways offer low frequency, low speed, And this is mostly based on the fact that they are still using a 19th century technology, friction of a steel wheel on a steel rail. That's why they are not competitive towards other means of transport. The cargo transport is dominated by heavy-duty vehicles, and long-distance passenger travel by airplanes, short distance by cars. And in 2013, Elon Musk proposed Hyperloop as a new mode of transport, which seems extremely appealing. But there's one issue with this: building new infrastructure is extremely time-consuming and costly. That's why we're proposing a bridge between the old and the new that's coming, starting with a mag rail system, which adds a linear motor and magnetic track to conventional railway lines, allowing to operate two types of vehicles on the same line. And then it can be transformed into a hyperrail, which is a vacuum version of it. And then, of course, when there is everything prepared and subsystems tested, we can start building completely new Hyperloop lines. So we have two types of customers. We're focused now on the indirect ones, which are railway operators and infrastructure managers, who will be buying from our direct customers, which are railway OEMs or other Hyperloop companies. We have developed a small-scale prototype last year, secured around 5 million euros of funding, and filed 8 patent applications and received already 1 patent. We've got some major partners on board, like the Spanish railway design company EDOM or Microsoft, and quite advanced talks about commercialization in a couple of European countries. We will deliver a full-scale prototype next year and should start pilots in around 2-3 years. The team is extremely interdisciplinary with key experts like Professor Jacek Geras, one of the leading experts in electromagnetism globally, and Johannes Braun, who was responsible for building the Shanghai maglev.
Okay, thanks. I need to stop you there,
okay.
As well. Okay, thanks.
No problem.
Great presentation, and I'm sure Tom and Thomas have got some questions for you.
Yes, why do you think that the company you represent is one and only that can actually achieve this goal of implementation of this technology?
Because all other Hyperloop companies are working on the Hyperloop, which is completely new infrastructure. And we are the only ones who have filed patent applications and are starting to receiving patents now for this use of conventional railway lines and the upgrade, adding new layers of digital infrastructure over.
What is your IPR strategy? Do you plan to open a new IPR families as well?
What do you mean?
I mean, do you plan to make some new patent applications? And
yes, of course. We have a pipeline of new patent applications, which will be filed this year.
Okay. Now, what is the strategy of building value? So, what are the stages of additional rounds of financing, and what is the profile of investor that you search for? Is it more like an angel?
Well, so far we've been using a combination of grants and equity crowdfunding with seeders from London, and now we're in the process of preparing the company for a first more professional round with some talks already being held with VC funds. And in sorry.
Yes, please. Okay, please continue.
And in terms of the rounds, the capital needs, of course, it's a very capital-intensive business. That's why we leverage the public funds to a large extent, just not to get so much diluted, because everything here is quite expensive in terms of the development cost. It's not only the team, but quite a lot of brick and mortar, which costs a lot of money.
Okay, thank you very much.
And about your prototype, which tests do you do with your prototypes? How wide you are with your?
Well, there's there's quite a lot of stuff. We're developing, first of all, the propulsion systems, passive magnetic levitation, combination of both with existing railway infrastructure. There's a lot of control systems. I think there's a lot of potential common business with what you are doing, because we're using quite a lot of electronics. We have our own team, of course. We're building the stuff on our own, but yeah, I think there's a lot of things in common. Actually, I've even had some conversations with your company some time ago. And then in terms of tests, it needs to become certified, right? So now we are doing all the stress tests and control tests and so on, and straight away preparing the whole documentation which is needed for the system to get certified as a railway component.
Okay, thank you. That's from my side.
Would you tell us something more about the company? Some, crucial findings, what you search for? Do you have some contractors, like, signing contracts with the partners that will actually, buy the system that you implement?
For the moment, we have one letter of intent signed for delivering components of propulsion system for a Hyperloop test center in Europe. This is a very recent one from 2 days ago, but we haven't announced it yet publicly. And I think it will stay like this for a moment. We will not promote it very heavily. And we have a confirmation from one of the leading European railway infrastructure managers that they are willing to start a very broad cooperation with us in depth, including also preparation of a pilot implementation.
Super. Thank you, Przemysław, and I need to stop you there.
Thank you so much.
Best of luck. Very exciting project, and I hope to be riding a Hyperloop sometime soon. From Wrocław to Berlin. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
See you, bye.
Okay, next up we have Fernando of Hyperion Robotics.
Hello.
Hi, good morning,
Hi.
Fernando.
Hello, Fernando. How are you doing?
Great to have you with us.
Thank
so,
you.
as you're aware, 3 minutes for yourself to present, followed by the Q&As from the judges. And if you'd like to share your screen, and then I'll start the countdown.
Yeah, 1 second. All right, can you see it?
Yep,
Yes.
great. Okay, so that's 3 minutes starting now.
Okay. It's loading. So we are Hyperion Robotics, and we are accelerating the transition to sustainable and automated construction. Construction is the least automated industry, and the process to produce concrete structures is very labor-intensive, time-consuming, and very complex. As you see here, how it's done before, it needs support, formwork, material installation of rebar, and a lot of people. And now with our technology, it's much faster and cleaner. The other problem is logistics. For large elements, it can be very complex, expensive, and unsustainable, when now we can just send the robot to the site. So what we have developed is a 3D printing system based on industrial robots that can automatically produce reinforced concrete elements in a much more efficient and sustainable way. So our technology is based on industrial robots from our partner KUKA, and we have developed a unique 3D printing head. We use a concrete pump to feed the system, and then our software, which controls the entire system. Why is Hyperion better? Well, increased productivity, because we don't need any formwork or manual installation of reinforcement. More profitability, because we can save in labor up to 80%. Then we remove the human error with the high precision. We can create very unique elements with no molds. Increased safety, less exposure of people, less accidents. And the process is more sustainable because we can use recycled concrete, and there's also zero waste. We have also developed a unique eco-friendly concrete mix that uses recycled components from industrial plants. And some of our traction. So we have revenue. We have sold one of our systems to a Finnish university. We have been selected as one of the 50 Nordic impact companies. We have a pilot project with an Estonian building company. And we have an upcoming project with a famous architect in Croatia. And also we're discussing with many clients around the world. This is a pretty big market, 1.5 trillion euro market just in Europe. And as you see, it's been evolving in terms of 3D printing around the world, from small concepts to large buildings. This is some of the competition, a few companies out there. But the way we're different is that we have developed a unique method to automatically incorporate reinforcement in the process. We also have a software that allows us to optimize structures. And then this unique material that is eco-friendly. Our team has more than 80 years of experience in 3D printing and more than 10 years of experience in construction and civil engineering. We also have an advisor who is part of a business director at one of the largest construction materials companies. So our scalability model is to rent the robots and to sell the materials with help of local suppliers. But we're also providing services to get some exposure and to show our clients that our technology is great. Here's a very simple use case with typical construction. It can take 1 to 2 weeks to produce one concrete element, and the price is 1,400 euros. With our technology, we can make it for 300, print it in 2 to 3 hours, and sell it for much cheaper, giving savings in time and money as well to our clients. These are our partners.
Yeah. Sorry, I run over a bit there, Fernando. Very good, and I'm sure that Thomas especially will have some wonderful questions for you. So 4 minutes of Q&As now.
Okay. Just switching my screen.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. So if one of who's going to go first, guys?
Yes, for me, I think it's a very interesting project. Also, I think it would be a good match for the Wirt Group, maybe. What I see is the time in which time you built the new material. I have one question because normally concrete is together with metal. With your pattern, you use the metal in the concrete.
Yes, so this is something that we're looking to patent, and this is a new method that we have developed to automatically incorporate the steel reinforcement throughout the process. So this is also something that no other 3D printing company has done, and we are doing it.
Okay. Do you have done some testing about the stability of these printed blocks?
We have done some basic tests, and we are continuing with our testing because we have this partnership with Southern University of Denmark. So we have access to their lab facilities.
Okay.
So from basic strength tests, it complies. It's very strong concrete. Again, now our plan is to patent the reinforcement technology and also run the tests with it.
Okay.
What is the name of this architect in Croatia that you cooperate with?
I can share it with you after. His name is Bruno, and he's a pretty famous guy that has done some parametric design projects before. But yeah.
Okay, would you share with us a bit more description about the materials that you produce. I mean, the quality, the durability, and generally speaking, the implementations, how broad are they actually? And this is also connected to the question with the technology and intellectual property rights strategy. So how much there's going to be those patent applications?
Yeah, so we are studying if it makes sense to do the patent of the material, because we can also keep it as a trade secret for us. Let me explain you a bit more. So it's a high strength concrete. It's still using cement, but because we can use the residues, the waste from industrial coal plants, we can reduce the amount of cement, making the material greener. And for example, introducing fly ash, which is one of the ashes from these plants. In terms of compressive strength, it can reach more than 50 megapascals, which traditionally you just need half of that for typical applications.
Okay.
That brings us nicely to the end of the 4 minutes. So thank you very much, Fernando. And
Right,
we're going to... Brilliant. We're going to welcome on Vira now, and Vira is from Vira Drones.
Hello.
Hi, Vira. Welcome this morning.
Hi.
Hello.
I will share a screen.
Yep.
1 second. And we can start. So.
Super.
Did you see it?
Yep. Okay, so if you're ready to start, I'll kick it off now. 3 minutes.
So let's start. Hello, my name is Valery Gorshkov. I am CEO of Vira Drones. We are professional from helicopter industry and based in Aerospace Center in Wildau near Berlin in Germany. Our company building and developing heavy-duty drones, 6 on 6 meters with various payload. What kind of problem are we solving? Inefficiency. Helicopters, an expensive, inefficient, and difficult to operate vehicles also fly poorly in the city between buildings. The new futuristical eVTOL, they fly 15 minutes, cost like a new penthouse in Manhattan, and you can sell it because they are not aviation certified, which means they are not safe. What we offer? We offer aircraft that design on aviation rules for transportation. We also create a platform that extinguish a fire, can dock into the building and rescue people from the burning skyscrapers. Our main innovation is in Vira drones that we are a flying robot with unique stabilization system on each rotor that give us possibility to fly always on horizontal position without any angles. Our available market, of course, is logistics. For example, helicopter transportation to the offshore companies costs $4.6 billion each year. To be honest, I think we will disrupt helicopter business in the next 10 years. But what about the future? And UAM and flying taxi also very impressive and interesting. A little bit about our plans. So in total, in 6 years, we can build about 600 vehicles, and after that, the evaluation of the company will be 1 billion euro. So a little bit about roadmap. We obtained pre-application approvals from EASA for certification Vira drones. Then we will capture UAV market while competitors and manufacturers, hybrid and electrical vehicles can certify this product. I think the rules will be appear minimum 2025. So in this year, we will end all our flying tests and starting certification. In the next year, we will finish certification and be ready for the serial production and selling. A little bit about the company and the core team. In the recent year, I have been developing in a business in the field of aviation technology. I headed the direction of perspective projects in United Aircraft Corporation. Our CTO, Igor, is a pilot and inventor who built a high-speed helicopter from idea to the flying prototype in 2 years. But the average helicopter developing in corporation is about 12 years minimum. Dr. Babak is official developer of anti-collision system for Volkswagen Group, and the market is a great specialist with engines. And he spent 10 years as a head of engine manufacturer company. So we are realists who have set the task of reducing the costs of aviation and saving lives. For this, we have developing this product.
Thank you very much, Valerie. And that brings us nicely to the end of your pitch and 4 minutes of questions now from the judges.
What is the difference to the other competitors on this market?
I like these questions. Yes, the main possibility is that we can certify this product because we are based on standard aviation parts with some modernization. So we don't need to wait to when the rules will appear to the eVTOLs because we are working on combustion engines at the first stage. And when our other competitors will do some job and we will have some rules, we already will be on the market. So that's why one of the big companies in Germany interested about our project to give us engines, but it is engines for electrical engines. So because when they are certified, we already can sold the new vehicles with their engine to the market that we already work. So the first, if we compare with another eVTOLs projects, this is certifiable, and if we compare with helicopters, we much more cheaper with maintenance and the cost of flying hour, up to 5 times. So can you imagine the cost of flying hour in helicopter 5,000 years? So we can provide 500 for flying hour. And this is an available market. It's not the future.
Could you tell us more about the technology? How much you rely on, components from different providers, or how much you developed it on your own? As we know, in this area, there is a huge story in implementation of different inside technologies, like for example, moving of liquids. I wonder if you in this area, for example, are those drones have this feature, have this implementation that they can transport liquids and intellectual property rights. This is the second question. How much you make some patent applications on this?
About patents, of course, we can apply on up to 35 patents, but on that stage, I think it's not necessary because, as you know, the huge companies have patents search. So in aviation, it's like put bullet on your head on that stage. So I think we can apply on this patent, but not to do at the end, because we have 30 months to end this work. And but to be honest, I think better to register know-how without open our secrets. And about the first question about the liquids transportation, of course we can do it. It doesn't matter what you need. We have a huge payload, up to 1,000 kilograms, so you can carry everything, the passengers or the goods. So,
Okay, thank you.
Super. So that was that's 4 minutes up. Very interesting, Valerie, and I wish you the best of luck with your project.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, guys. So that's we had one more startup due to pitch, but they're having some technical issues. So that wraps up the first track on the pink stage. For me, I was actually really this particular sector is something that I have a personal interest in. So it was really exciting, some of these business plans that we've just witnessed. How about yourselves? What was your impressions?
My impression is good. I mean, you know, only concrete projects with the technologies that are on the market on some stage. Okay, I would receive presentations because when I log on this pink stage server, I saw some presentations, but I don't see those. So it would be good to take a look on this. Maybe you can send us even now, you know, while we make those notes and make the estimations. So, you know, I look forward to make the follow-ups with the guys and make some another questions, and that's how this should work out, right?
Super. And any potential candidates there, Thomas, for work?
Yes, the concrete thing is very interesting because we also think about 3D printing for electronics, but on the other side, for the this business case in building is also very interesting. And another thing is the drones. I scouted many drone startups. I work together for industry drones, for smaller things. I know how it's not easy, this thing to carry people is the one side, to carry fluids and everything else. It's very, I think it take a long time till they will fly. I think the plan to get it the next 1-2 years, I think it's not so easy to get it so fast. I think so.
Mm-hmm. Super. Okay, well, I'm going to go and grab a coffee before I'm due back on the next for the next pink stage. I hope you both have a great day, and if you're going to check out some of the other startups on from various other sectors, I hope you enjoy viewing what they present.
Definitely. Thanks very much.
Thank you, guys,
for this opportunity.
Thank you.
See you. Bye-bye.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.